Welcome to Violet Light Tarot. This is the June 2020 reading for Pisces. Welcome to the Pisceans. This is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and of course cross watchers are always also welcome. We have 3-card pick a card reading for you today. So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. You can also choose by crystal being hematite, tiger's eye, or aventurine. So those who are new to pick a cards, basically the idea is that somewhere within these 3 is the reading that's meant for you for June of 2020. Remember that this is a collective reading, so take what resonates. Don't worry about the rest. Don't try and make anything fit to you that doesn't actually sound like you. It could be a different pile and maybe even a different reader, and that's perfectly cool. Basically the idea is to pick either the one, or you can actually pick all 3 if you want to. Hang out with us as often or as long as you want. I'd like to take a second to invite you to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. You will get notifications as we upload new videos once a week for sure. There's also the Mercury retrograde that's happening next week, the new moon, which is another eclipse at the end of the month. And also at the end of the month, we're coming back to find out what Pisceans should take away or what lesson was meant to be learned for you within June. If you would like to do a short meditation with us, sit back and relax. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Open your eyes. Whichever pile that you were drawn to when you first opened your eyes just now, that's the pile that was meant for you. The timestamps are going to be in the description and the top comment for those using mobile devices. We have links in the description as well for our varying platforms, including our store for individual readings, the Instagram where we offer a new reading every 2 days, and also Pinterest for varying holistic self-care and, of course, tarot boards. Look forward to seeing you in your pile. Welcome to those who picked pile 1 or the hematite crystal. This is your reading for Pisces for June of 2020. So we have a pile of 8 cards today, and in this pile there may be a card as I turn them over to show you that might be a little concerning to you at first. Hold off and we'll look at all 8 together as that's the message that's intended for you. We have the 6 of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Empress in reverse, boundaries, and underneath it says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? Morning affirmations. Say positive affirmations each morning to open the gates of manifestation. We have door to value, and that's number 31. We have the moon, which is number 50. And your shadow card for June, Pisces, is Peel with Transformation. So Pisces, what I'm seeing for you is that you've got a very positive June. I'm hoping your first week or so has been good. We do have the 6 of Wands coming out as your first card, which is a card of victory. So something that you had been waiting for has come out for you or will be coming out for you in a positive way in June. And also we have the Queen of Cups. So you are mastering your emotions this month, not necessarily mastering your physical emotions as in how you convey those emotions, but mastering how you intuit your emotions, how you interpret what you feel, realizing and recognizing where those feelings are coming from, more of sort of a receptive sort of mastery, as it were. We do have the Empress in reverse though, so I'm not sure if you are experiencing a time right now where you don't really feel in your power, and that could be possible. We do have a couple of cards here that are kind of telling me that this may be a time for you for sort of working on your self-esteem, working on your confidence. June might be a time for you to work on bringing yourself out of maybe a shell that you've been in recently. You've got, like I said, you have the victory card, so something's gone in your favor recently, which congratulations. You do have your intuition coming to you with respect to your emotions, which is awesome, but you're just not really feeling your confidence at this time. We do have boundaries, and that could be something that you're working on right now with regard to where you should be setting those boundaries, as opposed to always sort of being available to people, always being able to help people, being a rather emotional, watery, as they say, sign. Pisces, you're more apt sometimes to not only be helpful, but also almost be empathic with being able to pick up when people need something from you, or be able to pick up and sort of become emotions as opposed to just sort of having them and letting them go. We do have also the morning affirmations too, which is also leading me toward the idea of your self-confidence being a little bit askew at the moment. And it's saying that the card itself literally says to say positive affirmations each morning. You can find these on, there's places in Google that have them, of course. There's podcasts, there's YouTubes. There are literally YouTubes that are dedicated, like the meditation ones, that are literally dedicated to 10 affirmations to say in your morning kind of thing. And you just listen to those, put them on a playlist so you can listen to them like every morning or varying ones each time. They are basically just things to say to yourself to pick yourself up. I don't see any 4 of Cups or 5 of Cups to tell me that you're feeling down at the moment, but there is something that's blocking you from feeling your best. You could be sitting in this transformation stage, which is your shadow at the moment for June. It could be that whatever you've become victorious from, it could be something to do with a court case that came through in your favor. It could be a divorce that came through in your favor, something to do with a breakup that you've finally gotten out of a situation that maybe lasted a little longer than it should have in some respects. And so you're in the midst of transforming, but you're still in the shadow of your transformation. You want to get to your higher self, so there is the Empress in reverse, which is telling me that there's something in you that wants to be that Empress again, that wants to be that strongest version of you, but you're currently in that transformation phase. You've won the victory. You're out of whatever that situation was, so congratulations on that. Even if you're feeling a bit down about it right now, because sometimes you can really start those kind of endings in sort of a depressed state. But again, like I said, I don't see any 4s or 5s of Cups or anything to tell me that. But just for someone who's listening to this, as this is a collective general reading, I understand that you're feeling a bit bad right now. As cliche as it sounds and as trite as it sounds, it will get better. And what I'm seeing here is literally suggestions for you and suggestions for everyone who's making their positive journeys at the moment on how to make that work for you. You have the door to value, which, even though it's showing money here, so door to monetary value, door to abundance, to me, I'm instead, with the rest of this reading, I'm actually reading that as a door to your own personal value, as to seeing your own self-worth. You've had your victory. You are now in your Queen of Cups phase, which, congratulations, that's where you should be as a Pisces. You're working on the Empress strength. You're working on your boundaries. You're working on your morning affirmations when you get to finding where those are for you. That door to value, that door to your personal value is currently open for you to walk through. It's kind of like you're window shopping. You're passing by the store on the street. You haven't quite got to the door yet, but you're looking at all the things that appeal to you in the shop window as you're making your way to that door. You will get there. I see you getting, at least starting to come back into your own value and your own self-worth and your own confidence by the end of June. Not entirely. This isn't going to be like a 3 weeks and you're ready. Your inner goddess phase is not that quick to get to. Trust me, I've been through phases of different levels in life, and as much as you want to be out of wherever you are right now and you want to be, I should be that strong by now, I should be through this by now, you need to walk through it. You need to work through those steps to get to that point of strength. You will get there. This Empress is literally going to turn around for you, and what you're doing right now for June is you're actually starting that journey. You have the Moon card, which is telling me that it's working with the shadow, so it's working with the transformation. In this case, I'm not seeing this shadow as being a bad thing. I'm seeing it as being something that you're meant to work on. We do have the new moon that's coming in a couple weeks, which is actually coming with an eclipse as well. So it's going to be a more powerful new moon and a more powerful manifesting ability moon. Work on your morning affirmations. That will be helpful to you, as it says here, to open the gates of manifestation, so that when the new moon comes, you will be ready for it. You will be ready to walk through your door of value, take possession of your new state, and really start that journey that's heading for you towards that Empress level, toward that self-worth, that's really hard to say, self-confidence, high self-esteem, all the high words that you want to put in there, and just really work on your sort of warrior goddess self. And if you're a gentleman who's watching, as much as I'm talking about this in feminine terms, the same applies to you. Emperor, Empress, it's energies. You're still being requested at this time to work on your boundaries, work on your morning affirmations, work on your transformation, work on your shadows, find out what's sort of holding you back in this transformation. And that's what your moon card and the actual shadow card is asking you to do, is sort of work on finding those manifestations, finding the wording to get you through that door to find your self-worth. This is what I have for you, Pisces, for June of 2020. Again, this is a great month for you. Really awesome. Look forward to seeing how it works out for you. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for upcoming videos. We have, of course, the weeklies, the Mercury retrograde, which is happening on the 18th, the new moon, which is happening just after that with its eclipse, as I mentioned, and also at the end of the month, we're going to come back and find out what Pisces learned or took away from their time during June of 2020. Have a really great month. Thank you for watching. Welcome to those who picked Pile 2, or the Tiger Eye Crystal. This is the reading for Pisces, June of 2020. So today we have 8 cards in your pile. I'm going to turn them over and show them to you individually as I lay them out. As we're going, in case you see anything interesting or a little concerning, hold off and let's look at the message that's intended as the 8 cards put together. We have the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Wands in reverse, the King of Swords, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. It is a Lightworkers deck. I'm just going to put that in as a disclaimer. So granted, the word Jesus does appear on the card, and you can take that as if that's your chosen religion or faith, that's fine. If not, please note that it's really what the card entails, which is regarding laying foundations and divine planning, as opposed to the actual name of the card. Make a wish. And this says, this is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy the manifestation. We have caring connection, and the number on the top is 14. We have cycles, number 37. And your shadow card for the month of June, Pisces, is Gabanxus with Wrath. Okay, Pisces, I wasn't necessarily intending to do a romantic reading or a love reading specifically. I know that Pisces are very much an emotional sign, and cups in general is always good for Pisces, of course. If you're not here for a love reading, we can look at this as well in terms of friendship. But let's see how this lays out. I'm throwing that out there as an option because we do have the connection card and the Ace of Cups here. The Ace of Cups usually speaks to a new love coming towards you, but it could also be a new friendship, a new partnership, that kind of thing. We do have also the Queen of Wands in reverse. So the Queen of Wands upright is mastery in the passions and communications, but intuitively. She's very much in control of herself, but it could be that what's that word they used in that Disney movie? Twitter-pated? Please don't shut me down. It just came to me for some reason. I had to throw that in there. But yeah, it could be that you're just not quite your normal self this month, and it could be because of whatever this new interest is that's coming in for you, whether it's friendship or love. I am seeing this as a lot of romance angles though, so I'm going to keep going as a love, but please transfer the wording as you see fit. We do see the King of Swords here, which could be one of two. It could either be you yourself have mastered your ability to communicate and you are ready for this new cup to come in towards you, and you're ready to be fully communicating in a new relationship, or it could be somebody who comes to you offering you a new love or friendship, but the person is very, very well spoken. I don't want to say that they're a charmer in a bad way. I don't see anything here like a devil card or something where they're sly in any way, but they do speak well. This card with Anna, I'm seeing it as laying foundation or divine plan. This could be a soulmate if you're into that. I'm reading it a little bit like that just because it does mention divine plan and it does say laying foundation. So laying foundation could also refer to it just being a long-term relationship that you're going to have with this person, and this is sort of the front line of it. This is the starting point. This is somebody new that's coming that you've never met before. But if you are into the whole twin flame soulmate thing, I don't know a lot about twin flames, but soulmate seems more apt, as it does say that it's a divine connection. And you do have the Make-A-Wish, so this could be somebody that you literally have been manifesting. This could be something that you've been asking for, and this person is finally coming towards you. It's a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy the manifestation. So remember that manifestation is asking for things to come in that specific way as if they actually already are there. So if you are into manifesting, or you do want to manifest with the new moon that's coming up, especially with the new moon that's coming up, since with the eclipse it's going to be just more powerful for manifesting than it usually is. If you want to use that one, just remember how to manifest is to say specifically what you want, but don't ask as in you want. Remember to leave words out that denote lack. So instead of saying, I want a significant other who is putting in the effort, I want a significant other who is listening to me as much as I listen to them, who's reciprocating as much as I reciprocate to them, instead of saying I want, which says that you're looking for something you do not have, the idea with manifestation is to act as if. So thank you for this wonderful significant other that I've received. We're doing really wonderfully. We're communicating. We're both putting in so much effort. It's very 110% on both sides. They're there for me. I'm there for them. It's really a wonderful time. That kind of thing. Like, act as if the person's already with you, as if it's already kind of a done deal, as they say. And that's the way to manifest. It does say that this, in fact, is a caring connection. So whoever this person is that's coming, as you can tell with the cups, with the emotions and everything, they are able to speak well to you, and everybody else around them, but they are able to communicate well with you. It is somebody brand new that you haven't met before. And it is a caring connection, so it's somebody that will be there for you and by your side when you need them as much as you are for them. Remember that part, that you always need to be reciprocating to as well as receiving from. You do have like I said, you do have the Queen of Wands in reverse though, so I'm thinking that you may be a little bit held back in your passions with this person. I don't know if this is because of whatever your last relationship was. And that actually could be what's going on here, is that whoever you were with the last time, you may be a little bit shy to get too intimate with them to start out with. And that's okay. You're more than welcome to get to know somebody, and you should always remember that you shouldn't be pressed or feel as though you have to rush just because they're, in a hurry to do something you may not be ready to do. So, and that goes for adults too. That's not just a kid's having sex for the first time kind of thing. That's an adult being comfortable in their own skin and being comfortable in the relationship and with the person before they actually worry about moving forward if they need to. If you're somebody who is comfortable sort of on the first date, awesome. That's you. That's great. But if you're somebody who needs that extra bit of time, needs to actually get to know the person, make sure you communicate that. Like I said, this King of Swords could be you, so make sure you communicate accurately what you need from this person as well as hearing them communicate to you. You do have this Cycles, which again is telling me, it's kind of going a little bit with the idea that I mentioned about the soulmate thing. It's like it's somebody that you've met before. It's not in this lifetime. As I said, this is a new person you haven't met yet physically. But this could be a soul that you have had contact with in a previous life, a previous realm, a previous whatever. You do have the Wrath card, though, as your shadow at this time. And again, I'm reading that and hearing that it goes in tune with the fact that you have the Queen of Wands in reverse. You may be a bit shy at first, starting out. This new person who's coming towards you, who speaks rightly, who does everything that's expected, and you're loving them and they're loving you. They may not be somebody that your friends or your family, or you may not be somebody that their friends or their family would have seen them with or you with. I'm looking at it as being you may be having a little bit of an issue with respect to your self-esteem because you're worried about repercussions of people not understanding why you're together, or why you're interested, or why they're interested in you. I don't see Wrath as being, like I said, I don't see any Devil cards, I don't see any Towers, I don't see anything where it's saying that anything's going to go wrong in this relationship itself between the two of you. I don't see anything that tells me that this person has bad intentions. The Wrath I think that you are worried about is from third parties, and by third parties I mean family, friends. It could be an ex of one or the two of you, but it's not going to be within the two of you. But overall, I see this, like I said, it's a divine connection. It is something that you're manifesting. It is something that looks like it was coming as part of a cycle within your contract for this particular lifetime. I see this as a really positive experience. It's going to last a long time. So Pisces, this is what I have for you for June of 2020. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please comment, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We are doing readings this month. We have the Mercury retrograde that's coming up on the 18th. We also have the new moon with the eclipse, like I mentioned, that's coming up later, as well as our regular weekly readings that come out on Sundays. And of course, the end of the month when we come back and find out what Pisces learned and took away from the month of June. Have a really great month. Enjoy this meeting. Thank you for watching. Bye. Welcome to those who picked pile 3, or the Adventurine crystal. This is the Pisces June 2020 reading for you. The pile that we have today is 8 cards, and I'm going to turn them over so you can see each one individually, but hold off just in case you see one that looks a little worrying. Wait and see them all together as the 8 as a whole make out your message. So we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And we have Temperance. We have Starseed. And underneath it says, what lights you up? We have Break Free. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. We have Happy Family. This is number 4 on top. We have Visions with a number 8. And lastly, for your shadow for June, Pisces, we have Baba Yaga with Loss. Okay, Pisces, I see that you are concerned right now with regard to what's going on. Maybe it could be something to do with where you are in the world. With the 9 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it looks like you've, at least for some of you, this may be correct. Remember, this is a collective for varying people who are watching this particular pile, but I see that someone, or many of you possibly considering the economies the way they are, have actually recently lost your jobs or your income. The Ace of Pentacles is telling me that there's a delay in new capital coming in, or a delay in something new within your financial world happening. It is asking though right now that you have patience, which is the Temperance card, which I know with everything going on and possibly how long you've been out of work, the idea of being patient is probably starting to get a little worrying at this point. I know that some places have been closed since even early February. What I have also for you is the Starseed card, which is referring to what lights you up. So what you're being asked for in June, and again, I understand that practicalities as they are, sometimes being worried about things and really living in that moment of concern can take over your entire reality. But what you're asking to do right now, what you're asking to take into account or to embrace is the idea that you are currently free to do other things. Now, before you switch off or before you leave me a comment with how can I possibly do other things when I have like no money in my account to buy food, what you're being asked really is, where do you see any kind of goodness happening within your life right now? You're being asked to look other places for the light that's left. So what lights you up? It could be your family, your friends. Do you still currently have a roof over your head? Do you still currently have data or a Wi-Fi connection or internet in your home to be able to watch this video with us and to spend this time with us? What good things, what light is still currently within your scope? It's asking you right now to break free. So really try different ventures and experiences. So this really is a time to grow and learn. So you can take this time, use that Wi-Fi connection, use that time that you would normally be in your office, be at your workplace, be behind your cash counter, whatever work you normally do, the time that you would normally take to be doing that and daydreaming about being able to do other things or learning a new skill, or what if I had the time to? That's the light as well that you're being asked to embrace, not just the family circle. Like literally, you've got the card of happy family right now because you do have the people around you. And granted, you may be going through some issues and some angst and some hostility or even aggression with your family right now because of not being able to work or because of not being able to provide the way you normally would or feel that you can provide the way you normally would. But you do have other ways to provide. You have ways of providing love and care, attention that you would normally not be able to give. You can start your own YouTube channel if you want to. You can start your own business of photography. If you literally have a phone, you have a camera. You don't have to go out and buy, or you don't have to wait until you can purchase a Nikon or a Canon or whatever else is out there right now. You can use your phone and start doing those pictures. Start posting them on Instagram. Become a photographer of some type. Sell your pictures. If you do really great photography, you can do still lifes. You can do, even if you live in a city and can go to a park and take a picture of a squirrel, you can still classify that as nature photography. Anything that's sort of any kind of venture or experience. So anything you can experience can almost be at least turned into a skill, or you're using a skill to do it that can be turned into a skill for work. Even just talking on the phone with somebody, if you're chatting with your friends and family, talking on the phone as a telephone operator, look into that if you want to look into that. I'm giving people ideas for jobs. Look outside of the box that you would normally look into. Don't get stuck in a space where, well, I normally work in the restaurant industry as a server, and I can't do that right now because all the restaurants are closed. Okay, what else can you do? Can you start a business of buying groceries for your neighbors and delivering them, as opposed to people waiting and paying exorbitant amounts for like the regular delivery services that could be out there? I don't know if they're charging for that, but you get the idea. There are ways and means to turn new things into skills, learn new skills, and turn them into positions. But take this time also while you're doing all this and while you're finding these new venues, and really break free of that cloud that's over your head about literally the shadow that you've been living in. And this doesn't even have to be just your shadow for June. I'm seeing this as your shadow for the past while, as being the shadow of loss. Pull yourself away from the loss, come into where the light is, so that you can see the happiness of your family. You can see the happiness of the time you get to spend with them that you normally wouldn't. The happiness of the time that you get to spend doing things and learning things that you normally would never have had. Be patient with yourself too. The Temperance card is literally right there telling us to remember to be patient with ourselves. What has happened is not something that's happened because of you. It's something that's happened to you because of something you can't control. There is no responsibility on your part for what has happened. There is no responsibility or blame on your part. You have no reason to feel guilty. You have no reason to feel bad about yourself. You are literally light right now, as you always have been, and you need to remember that. You need to see it. You need to break free from the thought of loss, break free from that darkness you've been in, and literally enjoy the happiness of your family. If you live alone, if you're not somebody who has a family like in your immediate location, reach out to the family you have. It doesn't have to be blood relatives. It could be an aunt you have in Albuquerque. Let's do some Bugs Bunny for a minute. Albuquerque. You could have like a neighbor that you speak to often. You could have friends that you see normally a lot that you can phone, Zoom, Skype, whatever you happen to want to use. That's your happy family. Those are the people that come together to make your universe a happy existence. Your literal happy family is just a family of those people that you care about and who care about you. So in June, Pisces, I know that you're very emotional normally and very in tune with your emotions and maybe feeling them a little more than you should with regard to what's going on, and the anxiety and the panic and everything else may be overwhelming. Try and step away from it. Try and be patient with yourself. See the light in where you are right now, because there is light in, it's cliche, it's trite, but there is light in every situation, in the fact that on some level, this is a good moment for you to grow with your other relationships, grow with new skills that you've wanted to learn, and really just give yourself that vision, that ability to see the lighter side of what's going on. Not lighter as in funnier or humorous, but lighter as in more caring, more uplifting, more loving. This is what I see for you for June of 2020, Pisces. Thank you so much for joining. Please comment, let us know how you're doing, especially this pile. I'd really love to know how you're doing this month. And please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification button, please, also to let you know when our next videos are. We have our weekly videos that come out every Sunday. There's also the Mercury retrograde that's coming out for the 18th. The new moon is coming later in the month with an eclipse again, so if you're into manifesting, make sure you remember to manifest for that new moon, because it'll be extra powerful. And also at the end of the month, we'll come back and find out what Pisces can take away from their experiences and the lessons that they've learned throughout June. Try and have a wonderful time this month. Try and have a meaningful month of June. Thank you again. Bye for now.